Anyway, we will have the 5 red lights on here in Zandvoort as we're away, and Star leads us off the line ahead of Crossgrey. Crossgrey on the inside. Star has had a nightmare getaway on the hard tyres as D Summers right up the inside immediately as D Summers uses too much of that inside curb, and Star gets back ahead straight away as a lot of people on the sauce in the midfield now. And Lime dives on the inside of Scones. Little bit of contact, but brilliant move there from Lime as Jack trying to find a way through on Scones now. Meanwhile, Crossgrey already has a strong lead here as he's the first to box, gone for the undercut as Star was very wide, allowing D Summers through. As D Summers takes the lead, Ty now dives it on the inside of Scones. And Scones unable to find a way back through again as the lanky one gets through on Scones as well. A big mistake there from Scones, has to catch it. The main straight now, Star may get back through on D Summers, who had taken the lead momentarily, but now Star around the outside of D Summers now. And is the rain starting already? Owen Lime on the inside of Ty Clear. Ty Clear finding a way through on Lime as Kevin Kell comes in now. Lime on the rear of Ty Clear. And that rhymed beautifully. And this is Rhymes with Lime. Can he make a sublime overtake on Ty Clear as he gazes at the rear of that Sauber? Lanky one on the rear of Ty Clear as Ty Clear goes deep. Can he find the grip on the inside now? No, he's going to be patient. All over the rear of the V-Carb. The V-Carb trying to get it turned in, but through the middle sector, Star goes on the inside. Can Jack hold it round the outside of Star? Trying to find the traction on the inters. Sabotages run down the main straight, and D Summers now may get round the outside of Ledgeman as Ledgeman goes defensive to the inside. And D Summers tries to break later around the outside of turn 1. Side by side, the Mercedes and the Haas go. And lovely battling, and D Summers gets through round the outside of the Haas. He probably hasn't used them just yet as Neil looks to find a switchback on Jack now. And out of the bank turn as Jack even goes onto the grass. That's certainly not going to help him defending from Neil Gio as Neil. As Scones under pressure now from Jack on the inters. As Jack into the rear of Scones now. Side by side they go. Scones may get back through on Jack. Side by side they go. Still side by side, a bit of wheel banging between Scones and Jack. And Jack with a lovely switchback. Oh my lord! Scones is going to need a new pair of socks after that one. What a switchback from Jack. Absolutely excellent driving there. Back spinning again as Neil on the rear of Lime. Almost comes together with Lime coming into the pit lane now. And Neil now into P3. But where does Star exit? Star is P2 up the road, and you see the Alpine in the background. This is the battle for P1. Star has another pit stop to do, and so does Neil. Star needs to use... What tyres is Star on? Star has medium soft to do, so Star has to use these mediums and then go on to the softs. Meanwhile, Neil on these inters. As the track still seems to be wet, Star really struggling here. But Neil could have a net P1 now if he dives it on the inside of the Mercedes, and he does just that. Neil dives it on the Mercedes, and Neil now into a net P1 on these inters as Star unable to get these medium tyres fired up. And you're right, Lou, it seems people have went to the dries too early because Star has lost 7 seconds to Neil now, as now the DRS is enabled. Can Scones, with the help of DRS now that's enabled, get past the Williams now? And around the outside, Scones is going to go now into P9 as, oh my lord, what have I just seen? What have I just seen? Ginger just lagged up the inside there. That would have been terrifying. To catch Neil as the yellow flag's out now. Ty Clear, who was P4! In the wall! As the VSC has come out. And Ty clearing the wall at the final corner. How has he even crashed there?
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
And D Somers now with DRS should comfortably get ahead of Lime as they both look to catch Jack, who has several penalties now, as Hemi Dimes trying to defend from Ginger down the main straight as D Somers comfortably gets ahead. Young Hemi Dimes. As Brian Kippy in the chat says, Neil going to the gravel to make things more exciting. As D Somers now on the rear of Jack. Ginger on the rear of Young Hemi Dimes in the background. Lime unable to get past Jack. Jack still on the inside of D Somers. Side by side they go. D Somers leaves the track though. Opens the door to Lime. Lime now into P6. As Jack now goes very wide. And opens the door to a switchback from Lime. And Lime now, the other Ferrari, doing a switchback through the bank corner. Lime getting revenge for his Ferrari teammate Scones now. As Jack on the outside. Oh my lord, this is a very risky move. And Lime keeps it ahead of Jack now. Lime trying to defend from Jack. Can Jack find a way through on the inside? He is. D Somers and Hemi Dimes looking for a way through. Almost 3 wide into turn 1. D Somers goes very deep. Oh no! Hemi Dimes goes for a move that was not on. Lime into the rear of D Somers. Ginger drops back as well here. As Lime going for the switchback and D Somers. Young Hemi Dimes poked his nose in. D Somers now trying to get the run out of the bank corner on in for Jack. As Lime's dropped back. Lime has spun out of the bank corner. What's happened with Lime? But Hemi Dimes now on the rear of D Somers. Hemi Dimes gets ahead of D Somers into turn 1. And Codzilla now with the Alpha DRS going to get straight ahead of D Somers now into turn 1 here on lap 33. As Jack now on the inside of Ginger, side by side they go. Oh, and into the wall goes Jack. Jack lost the rear on the exit of the corner. And damage for Jack now. Round the final corner as that is. Where's Neil? Oh, Neil's almost lapping Codzilla and D Somers. This is ridiculous, dear lord. As Codzilla and D Somers now start the final lap. D Somers gets ahead of Codzilla, but Neil is already at the line. My lord, I did not realize how big the gap was. Neil has won. Oh, as Ginger and the lanky one cross the line, the lanky one gets P7. Where's Hemi Dimes going to go, though, because of the result of the penalties? Hemi Dimes up to P9. As Codzilla in the grass! Oh, my lord! What have I just seen? Codzilla in the grass dives back onto the circuit and D Somers somehow avoids him. My lord. But Neil, with such a big gap, I didn't even realise he was crossing the line there. And Neil wins in Zandvoort, but we're too busy looking at the battle between D Somers and Codzilla. As Codzilla losing the rear, doesn't realise his ERS is still stuck on. But Star gets P2 ahead of Kevin Kell, ahead of Michael Louis, but the battle for the P5 now is D Somers between Codzilla. We'll see, does Codzilla get his pen removed or not? But either way, it looks like it's going to be D Somers who will finish P5 in the Mercedes.